Yo, what's happening? It's Benjamin D'Souza here, back with another classic. And I want to talk about the OT Genesis No Jumpers interview. I haven't seen it, but I've heard a lot of brothers, well, a few brothers, SWP being one, that made a review on that particular interview. And I want to and I can basically deduce what happened by secondhand, hearing people talk about it, hearing people make response videos to it and whatnot. I can basically get the gist of it. They were in an interview, corporate control setting. The female pop fly to him, and she was talking wet and whatnot. And he kind of let her know, like, hey, you might not want to talk that way because, I'm about that action. So here's my theory. It's three things. It could be three things. And when brothers get into situations like that, it could be one of these three theories that I have, a combination of two of those three, or all three. Here it is. The first theory is that it is a mating call. It's a mating ritual. I couldn't tell you how many times I've ran across black females who have been attracted to me, and they've been attracted to me in the only way that they think that they can get my attention for me to interact with them so that it can possibly go to something further, maybe sexual or whatever, is to stir up some mess. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like, I'll put it like this. A lot of black females have this, this fantasy in their mind where her and the man get into this knockdown, drag out fight, and then at the end of it, it culminates in hot sex. Kind of like that scene from Baby Boy, when, she's popping shit to him, talking wet to him, you ain't this, you ain't that, putting her finger all up on his head, all up in his head and shit, and then he backhand her, and then after that, they getting it in. That's how a lot of these black females think. So it could be a mating ritual. It wouldn't surprise me, now this is just alleged, but it wouldn't surprise me if if that particular female was, topped OT Genesis off after the interview, or was back in the dressing room or the restroom somewhere busting it open. That wouldn't surprise me at all. If it came out that that's what happened afterwards, I'd be like, yep, I knew it. Number two, which is the obvious. Well, you know what? Hold on, let me hold off on that. And put this in. The second theory that I have is that, now this is kind of tinfoily, but ride with me real quick. It is my opinion, how I see it, that the vast majority of black women have utter disdain and hatred for black men. Not only do they have these internal feelings, but they exercise it through action, i.e. being saboteurs. Brothers, if you've been around long enough, you'll know in school, in high school, began in high school, on the college campus, in the workplace, you name it. You always gonna run across that sister, and I'll put that in quotes, who's always trying to get you caught up in some mess, always gonna try to go to HR on you, always gonna try to incite some sort of altercation between you and her, so that as soon as you lose your bearings and lose your cool or whatnot, or give off any inkling that she can use against you and getting you fired or thrown in jail, that's what she's gonna do. So she could have been just a straight up saboteur. She could have just been trying to, sabotage the brother. It's kind of like this one video that I seen where I think O'Shea Duke Jackson did a review on it about this sister who was in a car professing her love for hood niggas, like, ooh, girl, he took me to his trap, and ooh, that shit is just so sexy, and whoop, whoop, whoop. See, the lame, the fucking dense, the dullard, he's gonna hear that. And he's gonna say, oh shit, well, nigga, all I need to do is, push a couple packs and, get a couple face tats and walk around with a rusted pistol, and twist my fingers up and shit, I can get that pussy. Not knowing that it is not lost on me that this is just my opinion, this is a theory, which ties into the saboteur that I just laid out, that a lot of these sisters are informants for the police. Now, what better way to get a Negro to give you detailed information on his illegal drug activity than to be his woman? You know what I'm saying? And what better way to, if you're a woman, what better way to attract men who live that lifestyle than to broadcast it and profess it over the fucking internet? You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you she had a gang of dope boys, or wannabe dope boys, in her fucking inbox after she dropped that video. Talking about, hey, shawty, I can do this and do that. And then in the video she was talking about, ooh, girl, he took me to his trap. Any motherfucker with some sense knows that if you are living that life, you keep your personal life, your family, your loved ones, your gal, your children, your mom, your dad, all that, you keep that shit separate from the street shit. Only some dumb motherfucker is gonna take his girlfriend to his trap house and show off his trap house to some bust down that he's fucking. You know what I'm saying? But it's not lost on me that that could be, So that's where we're at as far as the OT Genesis deal is concerned. Oh, and the third one is just the obvious, which is, a lot of these sisters, they have so much hatred that they're not sophisticated about it at all, that they just let it all hang out and they just lash out, She might have just been having a flashback and lashing out emotionally, taking out on OT Genesis, taking out on him for what some nigga that she was fucking with 5 years ago did to her. You know what I'm saying? Like during the course of the interview, OT Genesis could have did or said something that reminded her of, some nigga she was fucking with 3 years ago, and then she just lashed out. You know what I mean? So, but that's low level. That's low level and that's obvious. But the first two, the first two that I spoke of being the mating ritual and them being active saboteurs to the black man, that's the thing that brothers got to look out for, And my advice to brothers who come across females who do engage in that sort of mating ritual, don't give them any play, man. None whatsoever. None whatsoever. And I'm in the Army, right? I'm in AIT right now currently. And, I run across a couple shorties here at AIT and whatnot, and even in basic. And they come off like that, come off with a foul attitude. Like I don't talk to them. I'm not here to fraternize. I'm here to get my work in. So we not in class together. We not in the same class, same platoon and all the other shit. I'm not gonna talk to you. I ain't got no reason to talk to you. But they'll come out their way and get in my purview and make sure to try to start some petty argument with me. You know what I'm saying? And my response is, I don't respond. I just ignore them. Just ignore them. They'll get the hint. And as far as the solution for these chicks who are saboteurs are concerned, brothers just need to practice more prudence, you know? Don't involve these chicks in any of your business dealings, whether they be legal or illegal. You know? Jason Black spoke about this one time. He said, she don't need to know the ins and outs of your business. All she needs to know is that your paper is straight. You know what I'm saying? So you don't need to tell these chicks how you getting it. They just, you know, all she needs to know is that you good. You hear me? But yeah, that's my take on that, man. Get up on that.